Right. So how's everybody doing? Doing good?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for coming. My name is Saoirse. I'm a sit-down comedian. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but after seeing the hills in Edinburgh, fuck no. Effort. So my name is Saoirse. If you're not sure, my name means freedom. And believe me, I realise the irony in my name. My mum actually originally wanted to call me Saoirse, which means George. And then my granddad said, Linda, you can't call her Saoirse, that you can't name her after the dog. It'd be too confusing. Yeah, but like with Saoirse though, there's so many variations of Saoirse. Like there's Sorka, Serica, Saoirse, like there's so many. When I was going to school, one of the SNAs called me Saoirse, and nearly 25 years later I still haven't corrected him. I was like, yeah, that's my name now. But I actually, I went to a special needs school when I was in school, and we had a multi-sensory room, right? Which, if you're not sure what that is, it's kind of a relaxing room to help you chill out. Yeah, they had to get rid of it because we got overstimulated. Yeah, but like I went to college as well for like 7 years. Yeah, to further my education, I studied business and media, and then I landed on performing arts. Yeah, we could all see how well that went. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what I was doing with my life, and I still don't fucking know what I'm doing with my life. But yeah, no, I thought, you know, what the hell, I'll give this a go and see how I get on. And I am running on fumes. And antidepressants and haggis. It's not a good combo, don't recommend. We're staying in a student accommodation. I specifically asked for like a wheelchair accessible room. They cut the wires off the alarms. They're like, we know this is shit, so if you fall, no one will hear you scream. But it's grand, we're doing really well over here, and I'm enjoying it. I've loved it. I've seen some really great shows, which is fantastic. Yeah, but you know, but people kind of, when they first kind of like see my chair, they're kind of like a bit uncomfortable. They don't know what way to react, you know, which is fair. You know, because I recently went to the dentist, and I went up to the reception, and I was like, oh, hey, and she's like, oh, hi, Sarah, everything's good, looking really well here. Why don't you just go, wah? Sarah, why don't you go have a seat? Sorry, just go over there. But you know, my favourite reaction, right, guys, is when people first see me, right, is this. When I do this, you don't know what I'm talking about. So people start leaning in. Right? And they start to whisper like this. And they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I was just born this way. And the look of disappointment on their faces, guys. I'm like, I'm not Batman. I don't have an origin story. But now when people say to me, so Saoirse, what happened? I'm like, oh, I fell over a tree. Really? No, you fucking gobshite. But you know, it's my way of having a little fun with them myself. But you know, I have to give you a little disclaimer. I do have cerebral palsy, which means I may have a spasm or two, which either look like an homage to Thriller, or I'm like the Australian breakdancer. If I hadn't known that breakdancing was so easy to do, I would have applied. And I would have won. But yeah, you know, because I'm in the chair, like, I still have very awkward moments, guys, okay? I was in this really fancy restaurant with my family in Dublin, and I could just see my hand slam down on the table, and I could just see my fork flying through the air, across the room, into another man's mashed potatoes. And he turns to me, he sees the chair, he's like, oh, sorry, love, sorry. I'm like, you're apologising to me. I just threw a fork in your dinner. Jeez, we get away with murder, don't we? Funny thing is, all disabled people know we do. And we milk it. I'm here with my boyfriend. We're together nearly 3 years. Yeah, thank you. He's 8 years younger than me, lads. Yeah. We met online, which can be very hit and miss. Especially for me, I had to put on my dating profile. I'm in a wheelchair. If you don't like it, please roll along. Thank you. You know, it's such a give and take relationship, guys. I get pushed everywhere. He gets free parking. It's great. But you know, we've met each other's families and we got on fantastic, which is brilliant. But because, see, I'm older, my mum was like, you know, your biological clock is ticking, you know, where's my grandkids? And his mum also wants grandkids. And I'm like, no. Because you see, I was a little shite as a child, okay? Because I used to roll down hills really, really fast, right? And then my mum would be like, seriously, you're going to break your legs? And what will happen? So see, that's the thing. I'm not like afraid if they have a wheelchair. If they have a wheelchair, if they annoy me, I'll pop the wheels off, leave there. It's fine. No, they'll have my personality, which is even worse. But we're doing so well, which is great. And but I had to train for this, guys. And as you could see, from my physique, it did not go well. You know, I actually took up circus training as well. And she was like, you know, Saoirse, I want you to bring your legs over your head. I was like, Mrs., if I could have done that 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been single for so long. But I get the best nap of my life for about an hour. It's brilliant. But you know, I've been like with my chair. I got this brand new fancy chair. What do you think? Do you like it? Yeah. When I was getting fit for the chair, they were like, Saoirse, so tell us about yourself. Like, what do you do? Because we need to know, like, if you need to, what kind of chair you need, right? So like, I was like, do you work? I was like, yeah, I work. And they were like, so do you get on the bus? I was like, yeah, I do. And they were like, all by yourself? I was like, no, I tie a rope in the back of the bus like Marty McFly. But you know, if you're not sure, like in Dublin we have the ramps that come out that are electric. Half the time they don't work, you know. But when you're getting on, I was waiting to get on the bus and loads of people start getting on ahead of me, lads, you know. And this old lady turns to me and she's like, isn't it terrible they don't let you on? I'm like, yes it is. Now get off the fucking ramp. And, you know, if you're not aware, if you're in a wheelchair, you have to sit backwards facing everybody and it becomes the most awkward staring contest of your life. And if you don't look at them, they get a little bit offended, you know? It's like me saying, oh, I'm sorry, you're not attractive enough for me today, okay? But what's even worse, see, when I'm looking at them, I have lazy eyes, so they don't know which eye is looking at them, you know? I always have one eye on my friends, one eye on my enemies. And the funny thing is, when I take a shot of tequila, it straightens up. That's why before every passport photo, I'm pissed. I'm not actually disabled, I'm just permanently drunk. I swear it's not my neighbour Mary's chair I have robbed from fringe. I'll give it back, I promise. But yeah, no, when I was on the bus recently though, a friend sent me this article, that's right, where disabled people are treated like pets. And I was like, oh my god, guys, my childhood makes so much sense right now. Where my mum be like, so do you want to go for a walk? Yeah. And we go out and people come up to us and they're like, oh, isn't she gorgeous? Just look at her hair. They start petting me and everything, you know. And you know, my mum would give me a treat afterwards, you know. But guys, you see, that doesn't upset me, okay? That doesn't upset me at all. What upsets me to this day is that my mum still hasn't told me I'm a good girl. It's okay, she gives me vodka now. My mum heard that joke and she was like, Station, like I give you my good vodka. My mum actually, during COVID, she was diagnosed with epilepsy. Yeah, don't worry, she's doing really, really well, lads. Though she was telling everyone she had leprosy. Yeah, it was great, it kept the neighbours away. Brilliant. But my mum, see, me and my mum, I love my mum, but I hate shopping with my mum. It's just, see, because she doesn't bring me shopping to buy me anything or to get my opinion. No, she brings me shopping to knock you all down. Okay? She uses me as a battering ram. Though I have a 3 excuse me rule, right? So, I'll give you an example. I was in town and this lady, she just would not move. I said, excuse me. Excuse me again. Just wouldn't move. So I kicked her in the shin. And I was like, oh sorry, that was a spasm, I'm so sorry. I'll get you later. Why do you think I wear the Doc Martens, lads? Extra kick. Oh, but you know, me and Mum, we got on so well, though we still have arguments. Does anyone have arguments with their parents? Woo! Still? Yeah. But like when parents get older, they seem to get slightly more immature. It's like they regress. And we had an argument, like, I'm going to run away. I was like, okay, good, it saved me on the rent, go ahead. You know, give me the house. But you know, I actually am trying to move out at the moment. With my boyfriend, we're trying to live together and stuff. But when I was going to the council in Dublin, they were like, oh, would you not just put a granny flat out the back? I was like, I'd still have to go through my mother's house. Where are you going to put a ramp over the roof? I was like, come on honey, it's time to go home, it's time to have the ride of your life, go. But you see, with Dublin City Council, they don't think things through. They want to put a new cycle lane in Dublin that's cost €60 million, right? Instead of fixing the paths. They want people just to use the cycle lane instead. And I was like, guys, I'm not scared of like going near the cars or anything, like I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of the bloody cyclists. Nobody looks good in spandex. Okay, when you're eye level with everybody's crotch, it's scary. And they look like something out of a predator. Like, it's not a good vision. But my mum, right, my mum is a typical Catholic Irish mammy, right? Very Catholic, very Irish. When I was younger, I was like, Mum, where do babies come from? And she was like, and this is what she came up with the tale. It's magical, I love it. She was like, well, when you were younger, a ladder came down from heaven. And I went up the ladder with your father. And I was like, well, first of all, that's a lie. You're scared of heights. There's no way you did that. And she was like, out of all the babies, I picked you. And I was like, was there half price sale? The legs don't work, but the mouth does. I think it's the only discount my mum's ever regretted. But yeah, but my mum, she's just hilarious. But my stepdad and me, we have a very twisted sense of humour. We were in shopping together, and he was saying to me, oh, Station, let's go towards the escalator, like the travelator. And I'm like, but there's a perfectly good lift right here. The man thinks I'm a daredevil. I am not. Okay? So we're going towards the travelator. Of course, nobody let me on. So, of course, I went to him, will I do it? And he says, do what? I start doing this, guys. And they all part like the Red Sea. Yeah. And I tell you, I had surgery last year, which was really good. I can now walk better. It's really great. I now walk like a drunken toddler. It's great. My dog is slightly freaked out. He's kind of like, you're the human who doesn't move. What are you doing? But when I'm walking out, it's so weird. It's really weird for me. But I'm going to give you a little tip, guys, okay? When you're getting surgery, during Christmas time, when they give you painkillers, don't say to them, When I ask you what colour you want, anything is fine. They'll give you a red and green cast, for which then your mother will use you as a Christmas decoration. Yes. Do you know, because going through, like, coming over here, travelling wise, you know, if you're not sure, the airports, it's like what I call the Hannibal Lecter chair. They put you through the aisle and going through everyone, and they're terrified of you. They don't know what the fuck is going on. But for me, I always get searched every single time. And during COVID, when I was getting searched, you know, you just craved human attention. Yes, please. I just craved human attention. But the thing is, they just swabbed my chair. They never checked the cushion. Do you know how many drugs I could smuggle here? I could smuggle so many drugs here. But when we're going through, we went to Amsterdam actually recently, lads. And guys, I didn't go for the weed. Okay, I did go for the weed. My stepdad got high off contact high. He started pecking me through the coffee shop. He's like, "You're a good girl, you're such a good girl." Lads, it was such a good trip. It was ribbed for my pleasure, I tell you. It was fantastic. Now, I'm going to go a bit dirtier with my jokes. I hope that's okay with everybody. We go there? Good, nice. Because I like to know people's kind of levels. Yeah. So as I said, me and my boyfriend, we're together nearly 3 years. Kind of to make sure, you know, the spark is still alive, you know, things like that. I just don't take my antispasm medication, I just become the human vibrator. But, you know, we hadn't seen each other in so long, you know, and when we finally saw each other, we finally rekindled our love. But I was in pain, guys, before I saw him. I was like, honey, I'm in so much pain. Because my cerebral palsy, I get really tight muscles. And the way to describe it is, you know, when you're about to see the in-laws, and you're like, good God, oh no. That's how my body feels all the time. So of course, things happened, and then afterwards, I was like, honey, the pain is gone. I feel fantastic. He was not listening to a word I said. All that went through that man's head was, I am a sex god. I have cured her. It'll take more than 2 minutes, honey. Sorry. But yeah, no, my family are very good. They're very accepting of my disability. Though my auntie, I think, was a bit jealous and she got herself a little empty wheelchair. We've called her invisible friend Oliver. She pushes it everywhere. Doesn't need it, doesn't sit in it. She just brings it everywhere. Though it was a mass recently, and during COVID, you know, we could watch mass online. She was obsessed with watching mass online. It was the best thing ever. And there was a mass, and she was like, guys, you have to watch this mass. It's someone we know, they've passed away, you have to watch it. I was like, okay, I'll watch it. Okay, I'm like, and then for some reason we tuned in, and we see her, she's planting her mask card, and she's going to one of the aisles. And then we just see her, my 77-year-old auntie, jump out of her seat, run up the aisle like she's a marathon runner, grab her mask card and run out. She was at the wrong mass. Yeah, she was at the wrong mass. We brought it up to her like, did you know you were at the wrong mass? No, it wasn't. And then she's all shuffling away again. And then my nanny, when she was getting on a bit, we said to her she was waiting on her parking permit.